Ladies and gentlemen, put on your seatbelts, prepare to fly. Jets! 3 destinations.
Entering the Pat Mayo Experience.
Pat Mayo Experience. Pat Mayo Experience. Pat Mayo Experience. Experience.
Welcome to the Pat Mayo Experience, presented by Underdog, the Week 14 NFL Best Bets, gold, silver, bronze, teaser, fastest 60 seconds. It's all here, so please smash the like to the episode and sub to Mayo Media Network. Turn those notifications on. Fellas, I want to thank you guys again for coming on Thanksgiving morning live. We had the biggest Thanksgiving week of all time, so I want to thank all the viewers out there and you guys for helping make that happen. Thank you.
No problem, Pat. Thank you. We're glad to be a part of it. It's just we were talking, we're all kind of beat down now after Thanksgiving. We get so jacked up for Thanksgiving, and then it's kind of like a punch in the face afterwards. But we grind on as the NFL season does.
Rob, what's going on with Survivor Leagues? I heard you guys talking about it on Circles Off very briefly. I didn't get to hear the entire conversation. Is that what
it's called? Circles Off?
Yeah.
Amazing. Circle jerk off? Like, great name, Pizzola.
Yeah,
Circles Off.
Not the first time I heard that one before.
No. Sorry. That was awful. But I'm just saying, out of all the names, like you go Circles Off, classic. I'm sorry. Sorry, Pat. It's so bad and old, but nothing else, Rob? No, nothing?
Is anyone left in Survivor?
I'm here, but looks like everything's frozen.
There you are.
All right, I'm back. Hopefully I'm back.
You're sort of back.
No, yeah. Cam, you remember when you used to bet into sports books? They'd have the circles next to the odds.
Yes.
So when the circles come off, it's when the limits go up. So
I
wanted an original name. I didn't want to do something that everybody's been doing. Add odds with Rob Pizzola.
Yeah,
everyone's doing the same shit. So something original.
Yeah, something you remember too.
Exactly. Circle jerk.
They're actually a punk band.
Pat, with regards to the Survivor, so the Circa Survivor is different from a lot of other pools, and they have the Thanksgiving and Black Friday games as one individual week. So you have to pick a Thanksgiving Day team or a Black Friday team. So you have 8 teams to choose from in 4 games. And what ended up happening is obviously all 4 underdogs won. So there was just massive carnage all around. And some people, ended up picking underdogs because they knew that the favorites would be so heavily owned in those games. Like Philadelphia was extremely heavily owned. So people end up just picking the opposite sides of those games. And they're down to less than 50 left now for $18 million. So,
Yeah, our buddy had Philadelphia. Usually Pizzoli's really good and he picks twice, but I don't know. He had Philadelphia twice and he's gone. So, yeah, he's probably pretty raging right now. I haven't called him in a while. I know he plays ponies in the afternoon, but my boy Paul's probably in orbit right now, as you like to say.
Well, any favorite, and he was nuked no matter what. So it's just one of those weeks. But yeah, there's some people actually, some by necessity, because they couldn't pick a favorite because they used them already, bad planning, they somehow stay alive. But there's people that actually just went out of their way to say, you know what, Baltimore, Philly are going to be so incredibly heavily owned that it actually might make sense to take an underdog, Chicago being the one that made the most sense. And some people advanced taking a freaking 7.5 point underdog in Survivor.
It's the bad planning part that I found kind of hilarious, that if you didn't strategically map everything out, you somehow ended up alive.
You win.
Some people, some people just don't know the rules of that pool. They just think it's a big Survivor pool. 2 people didn't enter, Pat. 2 people didn't enter picks.
You nuts? Get a proxy. What are you doing?
It must have been a couple of guys in Nevada who go and place the picks themselves, that they just didn't realize that this is a standalone week.
Then again, they could have had if you don't put in picks, Rob, you're either having a heart attack, a medical emergency, or something crazy happen, because that's huge money. That's why we have a proxy for the super contest. If you're sick or whatever, he takes care of it. That's why you pay the man the money at the start of the year.
Well, we have proxies, Cam, because we cannot put the picks in.
Correct.
We need someone, a Nevada resident, to be able to put them in for us. Correct. But yeah, 2 years ago, there was a big story. It got even deeper than this, and someone didn't submit a pick. And that was the exact, people were like, what happened to this guy? Is this guy dead? Or and eventually it was just found out there was some extenuating family circumstances where the guy just couldn't get a pick in. But yeah,
that sucks.
I would guess the 2 people that missed this time around just didn't realize that there was a separate Thanksgiving slate.
Exactly. They just had no idea that this was a week. They probably show up on Saturday trying to get their picks in. They're like, what the hell are you guys? You're out.
God, what mentioned that feeling? Oh God, that's like heart dropping to your chest. You're done like that. Rob's right though. That's the whole thing about that contest. You get 4 games. You get the Black Friday game and the 3 Thursdays. You miss it, you're done. Like then you're so right, Rob. Like think about all the people that fucked up and they win because they like, oh yeah, I don't give a fuck. I'm just doing this and this. Like you would never take like the Bengals outright. Chicago, like that's. Wow, that's the luck of the draw, I guess.
But to your point, Cam, like we sign up as Canadians, we have proxy. Mm-hmm. The proxy sends out an email every week saying your picks are due at this time. This is like they give you the details. If you don't have that, you're just kind of going on your own schedule, and there's no backup in case. So you know
what I would do though, Rob? And you're a smart guy, Pat. Me and you say we had a team in this thing. You have to have like an emergency plan with somebody.
Yeah,
like there has to be. Like somebody you can hit and say, here's the deal. I'll grease you. You got to get to the casino. You can't let that type of thing happen. I can understand like a $50, like a fantasy pool, but this is fucking millions of dollars here. Like this is crazy money.
So is the proxy just a guy or is it a proxy service?
No, it's a guy.
It's a service,
but we have humans, right, Rob?
Yes, but it's a human that puts in
Who's your proxy, Rob?
His name is Matty Simo.
Vegas Matty. Yeah, he's a great guy. That's our usual proxy, and I do Blessings buddy, Andy Isco. Like he's our proxy. So Pat, these guys who they know everybody, all like the gambling community. You meet him at the casino. He gets his proxy fee. What is it, Rob? $300-400 US for the season, I think. Probably on top of it.
I may be,
okay, whatever. Rob gets deals. I whatever. I'm paying the guy here. I grease him at the horse book, and next thing you know, Pat, the picks are in every week. We don't have to worry.
So to your point, Pat, do you have like a backup guy, or do they have backup guys if like they're sick and can't do it?
They have backup guy.
So the reason that I'm not like, listen, it's a promotion for this guy, but I've been using this guy since 2013. Since I used to do Supercon. He never screws up. There was actually one time where I would have missed a deadline, and he's calling me and he's like, Rob, they will put in picks for you. They will put in picks for you if you miss with this service. So that at least you're not completely stuck. But yeah, it's just a website, Pat. You log into a website, you make your picks, and then they send you an email confirmation once they've been submitted. So it's a pretty seamless process.
Rob, there were stories too, and Rob will tell you, there was these guys, apparently like the proxy made picks, like, and they did great, like better than before. And the guy didn't even like grease them, Pat. Like if my proxy said, hey, you know what I mean? You don't do whatever. And he submits, like you can go all underdogs. These teams, whatever, like you can make up a deal with them earlier on. But Rob, you know that story, right? I think it was a couple teams, and the guy, like that guy gets tons of money for saving your ass. In my opinion,
100%.
I'm giving bad servers 20% for fuck's sake. What do you do when a guy saves your ass for like a season like that, right?
That's it, Pat. To even further than that, Circa introduced a contest this year called Grandissimo, which is a high roller survivor. So it's $100,000 entry, and there were 69 teams that entered. So 6.9 million prize pool. 6 people were left going into Thanksgiving Black Friday. They all lost, and they all chopped the 6.9 million among 6 people. So that pool is now over. Not a single winner. 3 had Philly, 3 had Baltimore. So just under 1.2 million.
You don't even mind that, Rob. That sounds like a pretty nice saw to me.
I think they were trying to chop. They were all trying to say like, let's each take, a few $100,000. We'll play for the rest, something like that. And one guy didn't want to do it. So I think most of them are actually happy. I think a lot of people are just like, you know what? Sure, I'll take my 1 million in profit and I'll move on with my life.
Wow, Rob's a real insider, Pat. He knows everything that's going on. I thought I knew. I don't know anything compared to this guy.
This is the stuff we cover on the Circle Jerk.
Oh, yeah, the Circle Jerk sounds like very informative. It's not just for guys who love porn. Anyway, it's great gambling info. Circle Jerks.
Well, bad gambling info was from me last week. I went 0-2-1. It's funny. I don't want to complain about Indy. Indy was the wrong side of that game, yet they did get screwed in that game, Rob. Like, it was pretty outrageous that I don't think they would have covered the 4 anyway, so I can't be too mad about the bet. But just that there was a string of that they culminating with the made extra point that looked like it wasn't an extra point.
That was bullshit. How is that not? It goes over the upright, so we can't look at it. It was clearly not. It goes, is it an optical illusion? No, it missed. Like, Rob.
I'm going to be the bad guy here.
Okay,
that very clearly went over the upright.
But if it goes over the upright, it's not in. The whole ball needs to be inside the upright if it goes over.
That's right, actually.
That's what they said. That's what they said that the rule was on the broadcast.
No, if any part of the ball goes over the upright, it's a good field goal.
Then I'm wrong.
Yeah, it's a shit rule.
It's actually the dumbest rule I've ever heard. The ball has to go through the fucking thing. If it hits part of the upright, it probably bounces and goes.
Of course. That's common sense, but apparently there's these lasers that go up through the top, and if it touches any part of it, anyways, I've tried to reinvent the field goal rule. People make fun of me all the time. Why don't they connect the tops of them and turn it into a rectangle, and you got to kick it through the rectangle?
I love that idea.
Because you have to then kick the kicks a little bit lower as well. It forces more blocks. That way, we're not leaving this up to like, oh, it might have went over. There's a guy standing below just looking straight up at the air. Just connect the tops of them.
Great call, Rob. And another thing is, it happens in college all the time. There's been so many controversies, games with wind. The thing is, the uprights aren't fucking tall enough for these windy games. It's like, what are you doing? Like, and if it gets too tall, the whole structure is going to fall down. Rob's right again. I'm going to give Rob credit. He's using this fucking big melon there. Yeah, see,
I got a big forehead for a reason.
Yeah, dude, that forehead's just full of brains. Mine's full of fucking spaghetti. Like I'm fucking, my guy cut wires. But Pat, I'll tell you, this guy gets it. And it is, and honestly, I love the NFL's, everything's arbitrary. Oh, it touched the, what the fuck are you talking about? We watched it. It didn't happen. It happened in college a couple times this year too, and people were losing their minds. It's ridiculous.
In modern day sports betting, everybody is looking for like an angle of it's fixed, right? It's rigged. Everyone wants to blame anyone but themselves for losing a bet.
You're right.
The NFL should have some sort of tech so that they can replay these and show you that it went over the upright. You know what I'm saying? Like they shouldn't leave it up to interpretation from the audience, because then what happens is everyone goes on Twitter and they're asking for refunds and what's going on. Games are fixed and this and that. Like, just you're a $1 billion company. You telling me you can't put a camera at the top of the upright that points up? That way we can there's got to be some sort of tech that we can show people at home that it actually went over. But the camera from behind is on an angle. It's always this optical illusion. It always looks like it completely missed. The commentators are they're befuddled. They have no idea how this could have been called good. There's a guy right below the upright looking up. He sees it goes right up and over, but it's stupid. It's the dumbest shit. This is like classic Roger.
I think the whole thing is bullshit, and they just love to have these Rob, you know technology. You and Pat, all right. Like, they have the technology. They have the ability to do whatever the fuck they want. They're the National Football League. And another thing is, like any other sport, a ball must cross a line to be good. You touch the line. In fucking soccer, the ball goes past the line, it's a goal. In hockey, it goes past the line, it's a goal. Yep. Ball touching line? What the fuck are you talking about? The ball has to extend over the line, and the upright, it should go all the way through. These are common sense answers that a numbnuts like me knows, yet they like it the other way. I don't get it. Like, it's just stupid. It just makes us rage.
It's stupid. It's a fucking dumb, like, to your point, Cam, for the field goal, let's say it's going like between the uprights. It's got to go between them. It can't hit it. It's no good. It's going to hit it, and it's going to donk off if it's.
What do you think, Pat?
Like, it's the dumbest shit.
Like, it's ridiculous. It's the biggest league going, and the rules are so fucking dumb. Like, it's like kids put them together.
I think they prefer it this way, just to make people.
Yes, mad. They do. So idiots like us can talk about this shit, and they won't do anything about it. It creates content.
That's a good point.
Fucking jerks.
We just fed right into.
Yeah, we did. Look at them, you fucking losers. Look at these idiots getting their blood pressure.
Roger Goodell's having a cigar and a scotch,
he's in his
laughing it up.
That fucking redheaded fool, that guy with no eyebrows. What a fucking idiot. Fuck, this guy is stupid. Thanks, Raj. I appreciate it. Got some whiskey and some Crown for me? Send it my way.
I do find it odd, though, that people's minds go to rigged immediately, not they fucked up.
Yeah, that's the way the world is right now.
It's a new age of sports better. You know, we didn't like. First of all, there's a lot of stories recently where things actually are rigged now, so that feeds into it even further. Like when you have a closer in baseball or a starter that's like intentionally dirting the first ball of the game because he bet on ball. You know, you have all this stuff happening on player props. Naturally, a common fan. It's fair to say that this is just an extension of it, but like, it's so dumb, Pat. It's like
you're right though, Rob. Like the NBA story, the baseball guys. Like, you know what I mean? It's like people are like, oh, here it is. Is everybody doing it now? And Rob's right, Pat. Like, you know how easy it is for these guys to find out with weird action on one thing? They have all sorts of algorithms and stuff. You guys already know that's your intelligent people. So it's like back in the day, we lost bets. We'd go, yeah, the game felt a little bit weird or whatever. We'd freak it. But now everybody, Rob's right. Like the new gambling community, these guys are fucked. Like I didn't even know what it's like guys on the Score app. Like if you're there, I don't want to know you as a human being. Like I don't even want to know where you are, where you live, who you are. Because you're basically a dirt to me.
There's levels of the craziness nowadays. There's some people who watch one play like that extra point and they're like, what is this? Or this is, and then there's the ones that think that the whole league is orchestrated. Like it's the WWE, right? There's like a script every week. They're following the script. These are the people that need the most help. Like when you watch someone like knee shatter on the field, I'm pretty sure that wasn't part of the script. Like that is like the level of insane where I can never understand how someone gets to. But you see a play here or there and you're like, well, why did they not overturn that? Why did they not show us that? Then I can understand why the average fan would be like, this doesn't make any sense. Plus, since the beginning of time, everyone who bets has been looking for someone other than themselves to blame for a loss. No one wants to blame themselves and be like, I had a bad pick on this game. Let's move on. They want to blame someone else for the pick. This guy told me this. Picks. This guy told me that. That's just the way the sports fan is nowadays.
Yeah. Well, I would say this though, Pat, and Rob, would you not believe like leagues want certain situations, like you want bigger market teams. There's financial things that they would prefer, I would think. Rather than,
I don't think that football does, honestly. You just put on football, great ratings.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You could get a Carolina-Jacksonville Super Bowl. It would be the highest rated thing ever.
It wouldn't be the highest rated, but people would watch.
Yeah.
At Dallas Cowboys game, those are two popular teams. Didn't they just set a record this week?
Sure, but they always fixed. I mean, they know where their bread is buttered, and some of those they can make their schedule to ensure that they get those games. That's why Dallas plays that game every single week.
Yep. The middle game of Thanksgiving is always a moneymaker for sure.
Yeah, I mean, it did more than a lot of playoff games. Dallas KC Thanksgiving did more than most playoff games would do.
Yep.
But when it comes to rigging, as you mentioned, throwing the first pitch in the dirt. Yeah. People making a terrible pass in an NBA game, missing shots like on purpose to hit unders in some of this stuff. That's one thing. But to say like this extra point thing, like, oh no, that's rigged. You would have to set up the kicker to kick the ball over the upright to cause a contentious issue in the first place, which is nearly impossible.
And of all the things, like if you're a referee or a group of referees that's trying to fix a game, let's just say that you're not going to start with maybe I'm going to call this extra point. Like you could do it in so many ways. You could call a 50-yard defensive pass interference. You call a phantom holding penalty. You could do a million things if you're a ref where you don't have to take a point off the board where everyone's going to know that you obviously like it just doesn't. None of it really makes sense. But this is the era we're in. And listen, like sports books, regulators, the leagues, they have something to do with it. They could nip this shit in the butt right away and be like, after every single game, have a ref sit down, explain their calls. They could show different angles of replays. There was a touchdown on Monday Night Football with Kyle. I think it was Kyle Williams who scored for the Patriots touchdown where they dragged their foot. And I don't know, it was tough. Every replay they showed on the broadcast only showed him getting one foot down. But the next day on Twitter, there's all these angles of the first foot is down as well. Well, why can't we see that on the broadcast? Like, let's use some common sense here because everyone watches that and they're like, there's no way this was a touchdown. He didn't get both feet in bounds. It's the stupid stuff like that just like perpetuates all of this.
I'm always shocked that they don't cut to what the ref is looking at in that like little hood. Just show what he's looking at.
I want to hear the fucking let alone the video. I want to hear the conversation. I want to nothing. If this league wants to be out there and everyone wants to think it's on the up and up, I want to hear the guy in New York. I want to hear the referee and I want to see what's happening audio on the screen. Yep. Easily done. And Rob's right again. You have a press conference at the end of the game for controversial calls, a couple minutes, wipe your hands of it, and you wouldn't have to deal with all this bullshit every week.
I can see why they don't do that, though. Honestly.
Oh, of course. I understand the reasons that they don't. And obviously, after each ref does this 3 times, they're just going to sit there and be like, exactly. Well, that's what I saw. That's
I know,
what I saw in the field.
They got to come up with something, Rob, because this is like, it's just, come on, guys.
Yeah. I mean, it's anyways,
Yeah, you're right. What am
I going to do? This
not
is
gonna
our
solve
life
the
now,
problem.
and it's going to continue to happen, and just going to live with it.
Yep.
So I was a dreadful 0-2-1. Thankfully, Arizona got the push for me on the show. I got it wrong on the spread show. I got it pushed on this show, and I actually bet it on Sunday at 3.5 and won the bet. So the fickle nature of a half point here and there. But 0-2-1 on the show. We got 1-2 for Rob, who salvaged his gold pick with Washington. Cam, you were 2-1. Vegas let you down, but Buffalo and the Jets came through.
That
So
Vegas game, Pat, I'm going to tell you something too. That was fucking sickening.
Oh,
That game, like honestly, tied at the half. They fucking had so many chances. They throw a fucking pick. Like I'm just watching these guys, the penalties, keeping drives alive. The Raiders had no, let alone they were in that game, let alone not covering. Rob, we used that game in the contest too. And I don't get mad much anymore because I'm like, yeah, no, 3-2, whatever. We should have been 4-1. But I had steam coming out my ears because I'm like, what the fuck you have to do? Like, it's almost like they don't want to cover the game. They were tied at the half and they're leaving points on the board. They're extending drives with dumb, like shit penalties. You want to talk stupid, Pat? Watch a Raiders game. They're on the ban list like Tennessee. Fuck this team. God, they're bad.
I actually think the Raiders offense is worse than the Titans offense.
Oh, I agree with you. I agree.
They're both terrible. Like they're both extremely terrible. But when you watch the Titans offense, every now and then they actually do something positive. Right. The Raiders just take negative plays over and over. It takes like a Brock Bowers miracle catch for them to score. Mm-hmm. And that's exactly what happened. I don't like, it's just so fundamentally broken. I mean, maybe don't use it, your top pick on a running back. I mean, listen, teams have done it before successfully, but the Raiders have so many holes on the team. And the last couple of years, they draft tight end and running back. Like, what are we doing?
Exactly. Any smart team like Seattle's like, oh, we're getting our quarterbacks killed. We'll draft Zabel from the first round and protect the offense line. Like, any numbnuts could figure that out. The Raiders are going after fucking Ferraris. You guys just need a couple fucking Toyota Camrys to get your team back in shape. Then you can upgrade your car, you fucking morons.
100%.
You know how it goes. Every holiday season, I tell myself I'm way ahead on gifts, then suddenly I'm the week of, and I'm not. And I'm panicking, scrolling through nonsense. But this year, actually nailed it. Because when you send Omaha Steaks, you're not sending a gift. You're sending the world's best steak experience. Hosting, gifting, last-minute scrambling, they got you covered. I've been hammering these filet mignons, USDA certified, very tender. Throw them on the cast iron, little butter base. It's holiday magic without any of the stress, and gifting them. Every single person I've sent Omaha Steaks to acts like I handed them gold bars. Convenience, quality, variety, it's all there. Save big on gourmet gifts and more holiday favorites with Omaha Steaks. Visit omahasteaks.com for 50% off site-wide during their Sizzle All the Way sale. And for an extra $35 off, use promo code Mayo at checkout. Terms apply. See site for details. That's omahasteaks.com. Code Mayo. You know how much time I spend researching bets and lineups and shows and getting everything ready for you? So when it's actually time to sleep, I need it to count. That's why I switched to a Helix mattress, and honestly, game changer. I have Helix mattresses all over my house. My wife and I have one. The guest room has one. My kids have one. I got a kid on the way, and eventually they're going to have one too. Even Jared over at the studio living there, I got him a Helix mattress as well. Populated with Helix, you need to do it too. I used to wake up with a stiff back and night sweats. Now I just sleep through the night. No tossing around, no overheating. It's just comfortable and supportive. I took their quiz, I tailored it to myself, and boom, I got exactly what I needed from the mattress I deserve. I think you deserve a nice one too. So go to helixsleep.com/Mayo for 27% off and exclusive to Pat Mayo Experience listeners. That's helixsleep.com/Mayo for 27% off. Make sure to enter my show name after checkout so they know I sent you. helixsleep.com/Mayo. We did win the teaser, so the teaser is now 9-4 for the year. So up some good money. And we're still all above 500, even though I had a bad week. I'm a 19-18. I'm a game above. Rob, you're 10 games above. Cam, you are 7 games above 500 in the spread picks. So let's get to those gold picks for the week. I am trying to find the number, and I did find it below -120, which is always very helpful because that's how it qualifies for this show. Cam, I am taking the Cleveland Browns at home -3.5 against the Titans. Even though they might have a good player or two every game, I just don't see how they score points here.
The Browns defense at home is spectacular. The problem with the Browns last week, they were probably robbed, if not true, one of the bigger public dogs because of them. San Francisco. So on Sunday, you have some pause, and a lot of people who bet Cleveland, I know, jumped on the other side of that game, but it's Tennessee this week. It's under 4 points. Yeah. You know what I mean? I don't know. I think it's going to be, this game's going to be a rock fight, but I would expect the Browns to win probably between 4 and 7 points.
I always worry that the Browns aren't going to score any points, which is a legitimate concern. But Judkins has done enough that I think he can carry the offense. At least they can kick like 3 field goals, and 3 field goals might be enough here. Unless Tennessee can somehow score a defensive touchdown, special teams touchdown, I just don't see them scoring any offensive points.
Well, that was my point. Like, San Fran, Cleveland, listen, you look at the score, it's 26-8. I don't even regret betting Cleveland. I mean, San Fran's 3 touchdown drives, they started at the Cleveland 16, at the Cleveland 32, at the Cleveland 18. Like, it was basically the Cleveland offense or special teams that set them up for every single one there. I'm sort of with you, Pat. I really, really wanted the Browns this week. I'm just sort of waiting this out because they have some pretty significant injuries on the offensive line. And like, maybe it doesn't even matter. Like, the Titans are really, really bad. And you don't even really need to justify a pick against them. I think at this point, you can just be like, this team is almost historically bad with how they're performing on offense. So I'd be Cleveland or nothing in this game. I'm just kind of waiting for the O-line stuff to resolve itself.
Well, I think that's why the number crashed down a little bit, because I think it opened at 4.5 and it went down to 3.5. I could be wrong about that, though.
It's their right guard, Wyatt Teller, their right tackle, Jack Conklin. Listen, they don't have a good O-line. And those guys, they've been around for a long time, but they've gone, their career trajectory has gone downhill as they've gotten older. Then some guys on the D-line as well. So it's both line of scrimmage for them overall, but as long as Myles Garrett plays, he's going to get a few in this game because Cam Ward holds the ball for like an eternity, and just need that one game-changing play. But yeah, I mean, ugly versus uglier is what we got here, and I'd much rather have the Browns.
So, Rob, where would you like to go with your gold pick?
I am going to go to Sunday Night Football. I'm going to take the Texans plus 3.5 against the Chiefs. I will continue to pick on the Chiefs, and I just don't think that they're a good football team. Well, they're good. Don't get me wrong, but I think that they're overrated, generally speaking, because of what they've done in the past. But most importantly, this matchup, I think, is a nightmare for them because their left tackle, Josh Simmons, just went on IR. He broke his wrist. The right tackle, Jawan Taylor, is probably going to miss with the elbow injury. And Trey Smith, their interior, like really, really good guard, was out last week with an ankle injury. He didn't practice yesterday. So they're probably down. There's a good likelihood they're down 3 offensive linemen in this game. There's a few teams in the league I don't want to be down 3 O-linemen against. One of them is the Houston Texans and that defense because they can really get after it. Very smart defensive head coach. I actually have really come around on Houston. The offense is still, like, listen, leaves a lot of points on the table in the red zone, but they're at least moving it between the 20s now. It's getting a little bit better for them. You look at the AFC, I kind of think that they're a dark horse at this point because there's not many teams that like are separating themselves. I just don't think that there's this much of a gap, honestly, between these two teams. I think a lot of it is just name recognition with Kansas City. So especially with the 3.5 still out there, I like the Texans.
What if it was just 3?
Then I probably wouldn't bet it as a mineral on your show. I probably would still take a small position on Houston. My fare is like 2.7, something like that. But the 3.5 makes a big difference. Kansas City wins a lot of close games in the last few years.
Yeah, look at the Colts game. And if you had the Colts plus 3.5 with the hook.
Well, that's like someone was on one of the streams we do on Forward Progress. Somebody mentioned it this week. They're like, the Chiefs are just different at home. They're a different animal at home. And we've seen them on the road recently. And that's kind of fair. But last time we saw them at home, they didn't lead until they kicked the game-winning field goal in overtime against the Colts. They trailed the Colts for the entirety of the game. And this is a Colts team right now that's gone way downhill as well in market. So I'm just not there on Kansas City. Like they have significant, they even have holes. Their defense is even in that good anymore. At least last year when they had ugly offensive performances, their defense would hold them in games. Their defense is like below average this year, but pretty much every metric. So yeah, I'm not here. I like Houston.
The bet in this game, Cam, is Mahomes over rushing yards.
Oh, for sure. I love it. He's going to be running for his life from Will Anderson to the rest of those guys. Stingley is one of the best in the business. I love that Texans team, man. I think they're fucking amazing. Okay, guys, let's see here. I like a lot of shit this week. What else is new? The bidet picks, right? You guys use a bidet. I use my fucking shower head and bend over in the shower and take it up the ass. I like the Jets. They're interesting to me. The Saints are getting a lot of points. But you know what, Pat? I'm going to do something fucking stupid. 6.5 wheels of cheese with Green Bay. I think they fucking murder the Bears. It's a divisional game. Don't care about what Chicago did against Philadelphia. This is a spot for Green Bay. They win this game by 14 points. I think Green Bay kicks the living shit out of Chicago and brings them back down to earth. Give me the Packers. -6. If I can find 6, great, but I'm seeing 6.5s everywhere now. Give me Green Bay.
Yeah, 6.5s everywhere. It's even up to 7 in some spots.
That's fucked.
I really like the Bears in this game. I think the Bears are going to. I think the Bears are going to run the ball down their throats. The Packers defense is set up in a way that they can generate pressure without blitzing. Maybe they commit extra guys to the box. If they do that, I do think that the Bears have enough speed on the outside, be it through a Dunze, Moore, or Luther Burden, that they can take one of those shots if they do start bringing some guys up to try to force the run here. But I see this game going very much like the Philly game. I think that Green Bay can obviously score with them. It's not that Chicago is going to win the game. I just think it's going to be back and forth and a lot of running.
I have trouble with the Bears because they're 9-3. They have a +6 point differential.
Yep.
And everything when you look at like their peripheral metrics would be like, this team is a pretty damn lucky team. But then I think back to when Detroit would win all those years and everyone's like, oh, Dan Campbell's the guy and whatever. There was something hidden within that Lions team where they just found ways to win. I think Ben Johnson is the guy. To me, I just look at the game planning on a weekly basis, the in-game decision-making. I think he is, I don't want to bet against this guy is basically what it comes down to at this point. I just don't think that there's a ton of scenarios, even when you look at the Bears personnel, where they're going to get blown out against other teams. I don't like Chicago roster-wise, but there's something about this guy where he's getting the most out of them on a weekly basis. They're missing their entire linebacking core. You know, they missed their top 2 corners for the most of the year. It doesn't matter. They just find a way to hang around, and that's my concern. Whereas Matt LaFleur, it's almost like a lot of times he doesn't have faith in Jordan Love. They run their offense so conservatively that I just don't like them.
This could be the week, though, Robert. Caleb Williams, everyone's on his nuts now. Like, he might make dumb decisions. He gets away with some things in the Eagles game, too. Let's remember one thing. The Eagles were coming back in that game. Numbnuts missed an extra point. Hurts fumbled on the tush push. So let's back up the truck with Chicago. They've been one of the best stories in football right now. But I hate the fact that it's a divisional game. I prefer 5.5 to the line open there. But the bottom line is this. People are going to look and take the Bears points. And you know what? I want to be on the other side of this shit. When Green Bay, I think they can, like, this is the week where they fucking like murder these guys. And now I'm sticking to it. And you know what? It might be stupid because I love dogs, but I don't know, man. I'm on Green Bay. I think this is a wake-up call. The Bears are going to get slapped around.
See, I think the public is reading it, and the majority of people that I've talked to, Cam, are reading it like you. That's just no one believes in the Bears, regardless of how many games that they win. And after visibly kicking the shit out of Detroit on Thanksgiving, everyone's now back in on the Packers. The Packers love a letdown, and they love playing down.
I'm having a lot of problems as every week, and I picked some good ones this week. Like, I find this week very difficult again. Like, I'm trying to find games and dogs, and that's what I'm looking for. And I'm like, I don't know. It's just everything's blurry right now. Maybe I'm just fucking nuts. But
the Packers might get Jaden Reed back this game, which would help a lot because, like, the thing for me is ever since Tucker Kraft got hurt, they brought Christian Watson, but like Tucker Kraft was such a big part of the offense. Getting Jaden Reed back this week and maybe Matthew Golden too, at least they now have like 4 receivers that they can stretch it a little bit more because they haven't been able to do that in a while.
Yeah, we'll see. Anyway, I'm sticking to it. I liked it all week. I can't back out of it. There's a lot of shitty dogs I like, but I'll go with Green Bay.
For a silver pick, Cam, do you have one of those shitty dogs?
I don't know. Let me think. Actually, you know what? Fuck, I'm going to stick to the script this week. I don't know what I'm doing. I'm taking the Colts. Small favorite to get back on track against Jacksonville. This week, I don't really like what I've seen. Last week, Pat, I know you were on them against Houston. I think this is more of a spot play. Everyone's down on Jones. Run the ball, pound them, defense show up. I think this is one of the Jacksonville Jaguars are Jekyll and Hyde, and I think this is the week where we have bad Jacksonville instead of good Jacksonville. I'll take the Colts -1.5 to win this game by, a touchdown.
Yeah, I kind of nothing this game, Rob. I don't want to take either side. I do think that the Colts are better, but they've been bad outside. And Daniel Jones looks wrong right now.
Yeah, so like I only could bet the Colts at this number. They have like Jacksonville has not played a good offense in a while now, and I just don't like their defense whatsoever. So if there's a game where I think that they can get back on track, the Colts offensively at least, it's probably this one.
Thank you, Rob. I like your support. It really makes me feel good because I don't know what to do. Like Pat, I do you guys like? I'm looking at the board. Like, is there one game that stands above anything right now? I'm just looking.
There is, but I'm so wigged out by it that I don't know what to do.
That's the thing, Pat. Like I'm back to my old fucking dumb routine.
I think that Cincinnati just goes into Buffalo and wins.
That was another game that I'm looking at as a dog, but I don't know. Buffalo might murder these guys. Burrow 8-0 and this and that. I don't know what the fuck.
Bills fans got on my ass after the spread show. I don't think that Buffalo looks right. They just don't seem like they're that good.
No one in the AFC looks
good.
Every one of these teams can lose on a weekly basis. Like everyone keeps saying, well, the road is going to still probably go through Buffalo or Kansas City or no, like, are you sure? All these teams could, like, they all have a significant weakness.
Pat, I'm a Seahawks fan. I'm even looking at Frank Falcon this
week.
Yeah,
that's look at the Falcons. They have covered every game as an underdog this year.
The Seahawks are the type of team, like, look at that happened in Tennessee. They'll fucking get like they're there. And that Minnesota game, don't kid yourself, ladies and gentlemen. I watch every snap of this team. They had a third string quarterback who's fucking like shoveling the ball, like he doesn't even know, like it's dodgeball in grade 3. And Brosner, the guy was not even a great quarterback in college. Now you're sending him on the road in Seattle against a fucking hungry team. Like, yeah, they only scored 26, Rob, but that's not indicative. They didn't play that great in that game.
No, I actually think that Minnesota showed a blueprint of how to beat the Seahawks. They just can't physically do it. They could do it defensively because they had no offense. But if someone could just replicate, maybe you don't have the personnel, you obviously don't have Flores, but just blitz and play 2 high safeties. That's how you're going to beat Seattle.
Yeah, Seattle's defense for about a month now has been like league average to below average. And I think to your point, Pat, people are just not biting on the play action as much anymore. They're blitzing through the interior as well, which has been a big problem for Darnold historically. So they're going to have to find a way to overcome that. But when I look at the Falcons, I agree with you guys. They're getting a lot of pressure. I mean, since they got all their pass rushers back, they can get after the quarterback. They can make life miserable for Darnold in this game. And oddly, listen, I'll admit I was wrong. Like Kirk Cousins is playing better than Michael Penix Jr. was playing. I don't know that
I agree with you, Rob. Like I thought he was going to fold, but he looks good.
I'm like, this guy's Cousins is cooked. Well, you know what? He's distributing the ball. He's done it without Drake London. They might get Drake London back this week as well.
Probably not.
Maybe not.
Drake
he
London
didn't practice yesterday. Yeah. So
I'm just saying this line tells you something. It's not 7.5 or whatever. Like you're seeing Falcons, the line's bet down from 8 to 7. I think it's a good line move by whatever who has like. It's just one of those situations. I love the Seahawks. I think they're great, but I don't like this team winning by margin. I like them in a different situation where they're getting points or small favorite. Like I'll take them against the Rams and the Thursday night game coming up in a couple weeks because I think they'll be, pick them or whatever. But asking them to win by more than 7 is a big task.
Well, that's where I'm going. I'm going to take Atlanta +7 as my silver pick on this week's show. I bet that at CoolBet right now. If you're outside of Ontario in Canada, use coolbet.com, hit the description, get your bonuses, and get the fastest payouts in the biz. So Indy for Cam, Atlanta for me. Rob, how about you?
I'll take the New Orleans Saints.
Yes, Rob.
Yes. 8.5.
Yeah, I like it too.
Listen, I do got to say, Tampa is healthy now. With the exception of Baker, this is the first time in a long time that Mike Evans is practicing. He'll come off IR at some point in the next couple weeks. O-line is fine. They got Hassan Reddick back on defense. They got Jamel Dean back on defense. They're healthy with the exception of Baker, but I don't care. Like they're just still not a great football team. You look at last week, they had 4.9 yards per play for Tampa Bay. They gave up 6.3 to Arizona. Arizona had a 60% success rate on offense. Tampa Bay, 43% success rate. They're not good enough to be laying these types of prices. And I'm not huge on the Saints either. There's many scenarios where the Saints could potentially get blown out in a game. They were getting blown out at Miami before Miami just doesn't know how to finish games and the Saints came back in. But Chuck is decent as a guy who's trailing. I don't mind having him as a guy who's trailing. He throws downfield. He can create some explosives. I just think this is too many points, and divisional game as well. I don't want to say it's New Orleans Super Bowl or anything like that, but the game means a lot to them. Just getting up for a divisional game on the road.
Let's remember what happened the last time the Bucs played the Saints, because I was on the Saints, and remember it was a 3.5, 4-point spread. It was too low. Yep. They got murdered, but that was the game. Rattler fumble on the first play, fumble on the second play, mistake on the third. He gets benched. Shuck came in with no experience, and I remember they had 2 damn goal line stands. Rob, if you remember, they couldn't even punch in the ball from 1 yard. The Saints defense played their asses off, and their offense did nothing in that game. Absolutely nothing. And they're a hell of a lot of they're a different team now. I can tell you that.
The game was 23-3 for Tampa Bay. They had the Tampa Bay Bucks in that game had 212 yards of total offense, and they won by 20 in that game. To your point, Cam, just a very misleading box score. Now listen, the Saints could do that. They're bad, and there's when bad teams play games, they do stupid shit like turning the ball over in the red zone and stuff like that. But it's the Bucks got to win by margin. And even if they are winning by a lot in this game, their defense isn't good enough, in my opinion, to just prevent New Orleans from scoring late. So there's lots of scenarios where I think New Orleans can stick around here.
This episode is brought to you by Manscaped. Holidays, they're here, which means it's officially gift-giving season. Nothing says, I appreciate you, quite like the gift of smoothness of your balls. Whether you're shopping for your partner, your brother, or honestly, yourself, the Manscaped Performance Package 5.0 Ultra is the ultimate upgrade. This thing is a full grooming arsenal. You get the Lawnmower 5.0 Ultra Trimmer. Super precise, very reliable, and great for keeping everything neat before those holiday parties or date nights or random people that you haven't seen in 15 years that you meet at a bar. When you go home at Christmas time, you want to be trimmed, all right? Plus, the Weed Whacker 3.0 for nose, ear, and eyebrow cleanup so you're not showing up with rogue hairs trying to ruin your family photos is a must. Give the gift of smooth this holiday season with the Performance Package 5.0 Ultra. Get 15% off your entire order with code PATMAYO at manscaped.com. That's 15% off with code PATMAYO at manscaped.com. Stay on top of your grooming game and be ready for anything the season throws your way. Now that I'm old, I've had to come to the fact that I just don't bounce back the way that I used to. I don't wake up in the morning feeling normal. And now that football season has started, that is absolutely unacceptable. I got work to do in the morning, and I got kids that are waking up. It's no good. But that isn't a problem anymore because I found ZBiotics Pre-Alcohol. The ZBiotics Pre-Alcohol probiotic drink is the world's first genetically engineered probiotic, invented by PhD scientists to tackle the rough mornings after drinking. Here's how it works. When you drink, alcohol gets converted into a toxic byproduct in the gut. It's a buildup of this byproduct, not dehydration, that's to blame for the rough days after drinking. Pre-alcohol produces an enzyme to break this byproduct down. Just remember to make pre-alcohol the first drink of your night. Drink responsibly, and you'll feel the best tomorrow. Go to zbiotics.com/PatMayo to learn more and get 15% off your first order when you use Pat Mayo at checkout. ZBiotics is backed with a 100% money-back guarantee, so if you're unsatisfied for any reason, they'll refund you your money, no questions asked. Remember to head to zbiotics.com/PatMayo and use the code PatMayo at checkout for 15% off. Bronze picks?
Fuck, I like both your guys' picks. I don't know what to do. I don't want to. I got to steal one, but now I got to go in a different direction. I was happy with the direction.
Let's talk about some of these other games. We didn't even mention Steelers Ravens.
Yeah, so I'm considering Ravens for my bronze.
I like the Ravens too.
Which I don't know that I want to go down this path again because Lamar played maybe the worst game I've ever seen him play as a pro last week. So I don't know how healthy he is, but the Steelers are really bad. And it's we're starting to get to the point where I think Steelers fans realize it. They're yelling fire Tomlin at the game.
Mm-hmm.
Like their quarterback is completely washed, can't throw downfield, can't take a hit. They have no semblance of an offense, the Steelers anymore. They just cannot move the ball. What worked for them early in the year was all this yards after catch, get the ball out of Rodgers' hands quickly. Well, guess what? The entire league knows that that's the entire offense at this point. So take away the short stuff, they can't move the ball. And if Baltimore on a little bit of extra rest, Lamar's practicing in full for the first time on a Wednesday. in a very long time. I
love it, Rob.
Ravens
They're gonna
are,
like the Steelers are horrible. Let's just call it out for what it is.
They
The
suck.
Bills played a horrible game in the second half. Bosa strip sack. They wake up and they fucking murder these guys.
Yep.
Aaron Rodgers, first ballot Hall of Famer.
Yep.
Go to your cave, do some fucking shrooms, and get off the field for your own safety, because somebody who doesn't give a shit about your legacy is going to end you. And that's the thing. Steelers, time to rebuild. Your offense blows. You still have a couple good defensive players. I like Warren. Like, you're right, Rob. They got a couple nice parts, but honestly, Rob's right. Like, the Ravens, if they like bring their anger to the game, like, they might beat the Steelers by like fucking 20. Like, they could murder these guys this week.
Or silly Steelers end up in the. Isn't this the game that's usually
silly Steelers
just doing stupid? Like, Lamar's not afraid to give you the ball these days.
It's true.
The Steelers will be like, "Oh, we have 7 turnovers in this game."
Yeah.
But doesn't it feel like the Steelers' voodoo is over now? Like,
that's when they get you, Rob.
Like,
Nah,
TJ Watt
it's
is
over.
clearly hurt. He has not been himself. He's got a toe injury on the injury report. And maybe you're right, but all the trends that everyone used to use to bet the Steelers for years, Tomlin as a dog, Tomlin as a loss, all this stuff, that it was just like a guaranteed, I don't want to say guaranteed, but it was just like the spot you would always look for Pittsburgh. Those are out the window for me now. Like, it's not the same football team. They don't have any semblance of anything. And in the past, at least their defense was able to overcome a lot of that. They just don't seem to be able to do that this year. So, yeah, you listen, I've said enough on this game. I'm going to lock in Baltimore as my bronze.
Like it.
Baltimore minus 5.5. Is there a 5?
No, they're 5.5.
5.5, I think. Yeah.
5.5 everywhere. I just wanted to throw this out. I saw this pop up on my X feed this morning that Pat McAfee is dropping a single tonight on Spotify. But he's a musician now. That I hope that someday that I get to be famous enough and successful enough that no one in my life will tell me that's a bad idea, Pat.
I mean,
you can do whatever the fuck you want.
I know, that's what I mean. It's just you get to be so successful. It's like, dropping singles now. Why
Look
not?
what I'm doing. I'm doing fucking sound effects that sound the same every fucking week, just trying to pay my mortgage. Like, you know what I mean? It'd be nice to have some money. Yeah. Hey, Pat.
Don't sell yourself short. Don't sell. You've thrown in some new sound effects.
As short as I want to sell myself fucking short. Anyway, Gabe goes on McAfee's show. Fuck, the guy used to watch our show and go, these guys from Canada are pretty entertaining. Like, yeah.
Oh, but one of my favorite parts of every year is at the Super Bowl when Gabe comes out onto his show.
Every year. I'm telling you, man, it's amazing.
Can you explain to me, Cam? I've never had the opportunity to ask Gabe this. Why does he wear different colored shoes?
I don't know. He just likes to, that's his thing. He just likes different colored shoes.
It's always, I can't explain.
He's got Christmas ones, red and green and this and that. He just
it was like, I think on McAfee last year was one orange and one yellow.
Yeah.
And I'm like, do they sell these as a set? Or did you buy 2 separate pairs of shoes? And it's just something that's always...
Well, why don't you ask him? I never really asked him, so you can ask him. I just know he's got different pairs. He's got a yellow and an orange, and he's got a Christmas one. I think red and green, the Christmas line. Yeah.
Cam, where are you at with Broncos, Raiders, or Rams, Cardinals?
I want to take the Raiders, but that drug is worse than heroin. I'm off it. Just like Tennessee, take me to the rehab. I'm done. And then again, I'm out again. Hey guys, want to bet on the Raiders? And next thing you know, you see me in the hall. I'm in an alley with needle in my arm. Cam couldn't help himself. Nope. You opened up the bar.
They tried to make Cam go to rehab. He said no.
I said no to Cam H. No. Cam S. Not Cam H. I'm Cam Stewart. Not Cam Heffernan, like Doug Heffernan. Anyway, that was
Why does Pete Carroll always look so confused in these games?
You know what I love about Pete Carroll?
On the sideline,
you know what I want to do? I want to go for a beer with Pete, but betting on his team is just like literally, you might as well just put watching the Raiders play is just, it's almost like what are they trying to do this?
Yeah.
Like other teams are just so shit. It's just, like, what are they doing? You're right, Rob. Like on the goal line, 9 yards back, 8 yards back, holding call. It's a train wreck. Anyway,
I had this theory at the end of last year. You guys remember how bad Antonio Pierce got, right?
Yeah.
And I'm like, you know what? The Raiders next season they're going to be good because they're just going to replace Antonio Pierce with anyone. And it's going to be a huge upgrade.
Remember Versace bread? They almost beat the Bengals on the road in the play.
That's what I'm saying.
Bring back Versace bread.
Like they brought a special teams guy up. Yeah.
But now you're bringing Pete Carroll in, and they're worse than fucking Pierce. Why don't you just hire a guy? You could have got a guy for nothing. Nothing. Who's like, thank you. I'm happy to get Versace bread. That's Pizzola, a little olive oil, some rosemary. Dip. He knows the Italian way. A
little balsamic
vinegar.
in the
Oh,
middle,
yeah, see, Pizzola, already ahead of you. More minerals. Basaccia bread with olive oil and balsamic. That makes the minerals. Anyway, fuck. Me and Pizzola, drunk and stoned, could have fucking done it. Like, honest to God, I don't even know how the Raiders went backwards. It's almost like impossible, but they did it.
Yep.
They did it.
They did it. Wow.
What do you guys think about the Eagles and Chargers?
It's down to 2.5 in some spots. I kind of like.
I want to take the Eagles, but that
that
team's close to being a drug too. They're fucking.
I like
off.
the Eagles in this game.
I don't know what the fuck. That's the only other favorite. I was looking at dogs, but I really like the Falcons. I like the Saints. I don't have the same picks. So you know what? I'm gonna be different this week, Rob. Next week, if we agree though, I don't mind having the same picks because it's good for the show. Give me the fucking Eagles. I don't care. Sorry, Jeff. The Chargers. Can the Eagles show up on turf, and if their defensive line can get pressure, they'll cover this game. But I don't know. They're just a piece of shit team right now. Who's getting their offensive coordinators getting egged. After that, it's for these fans,
bad.
guys. You guys just won the fucking Super Bowl. Think about these fans. Like, who are Philadelphia fans? Like, you guys nuts? Fuck, man. Like, get it together.
This guy though, like Kevin Pizzola, he's just like friends with Sirianni. Sirianni just like hired his brother to be the offensive coordinator, and he sucks.
See, Pat, if you were friends with Pat, you could have done a duet. Like, that's the thing. Like, some guys just
I'll do it. I got the guitars behind me.
Yeah, Pizzola can shred.
The instruments for Pat.
10 years
Actually,
from now,
Rob,
Rob's
I
going to be
need
dropping a
instruments
single.
for my 60 seconds is starting to be. Guys, I'll apologize in advance. I have no extra sounds. It's the same shitty track every week. Like Fred Flintstone when he had one hit on the Flintstones, and eventually the kid said, "Fuck this guy." That's me. I'm a one-trick pony. But you know what? I don't have the money. I don't have whatever. You're going to fucking deal with the same fucking sounds you get every week. Pat, we need something new because I'm getting sick and tired of
you say this like every week, Cam, but you find a way to throw in something new. I don't know how you do it.
Week.
I don't know.
Every week you do. There's something new you throw in. I don't know how you do it.
I'm not here for the down talk of your 60 seconds. People enjoy. I enjoy the 60 seconds.
I just wish I could give them something new. It's like an album, and I got one song.
People just want to see you fired up. Listen, when I go see OMC, I want them to play How Bizarre, all right?
Yeah, exactly. I'll get you for Christmas, Cam. I'll get you like a little broomstick that you can ride around whenever you have to pick the Colts and the Broncos. You know?
Yeah, you know what it is, Rob. I want that. You know that kid on Bob's Burgers, the kid with the bowl cut, and he's always got like the keyboard. I need like a keyboard that does sound effects. Or like, you remember that when we were a kid, that wheel, like it had the pig, the horse, and all that. I used to have one of those. That's why I do the sound effects.
There's like children's books that have those sound effects if you want. Like, this is the sound the horse makes, and you just press the button.
I am like that, Rob. I told you. My mom told me, she goes, fucking, the only thing that all you did was fucking chirp and fucking get colic and fuck, you're driving me nuts. Like, I couldn't just go to the neighbor's house and fucking look at the canary. Just shut up and look at the canary. Like, that's how babysitting worked back then.
Mm-hmm. If I could get you a 9 on Arizona, would you like that?
I'm actually leaning Arizona. I think the Rams are going to be a popular pick this week. I don't want to take them. I don't love it, but I don't know. What are you guys thinking? I want to take the Saints and Falcons, but I've already taken the fucking Eagles, so I'm done.
I like the Cardinals in that spot. I actually like Denver against the Raiders. I think that we're getting too small a number because they played like 3 weeks ago and it was close.
Denver's so lucky. Rob had Washington last week. Good pick, and I liked it too.
Well, it was a great pick until Denver went down the field to start overtime and scored.
They covered.
I'm like, I know. I was just like, how those are the worst feelings as a bettor.
I know.
When you under in an NBA game, it goes to like triple overtime, you lose. You know, NFL games, you're like, wow. I'm rooting at the end against Washington being able to get a field goal because I don't want overtime, right?
Rob, it's a big difference too in a college basketball NBA game. When you have a dog at 3 or 4 points, it goes overtime. The worst is when you have a dog at 12 points, they lose by 15 in overtime. That's when you want to just fucking jump.
And you're watching them keep fouling down the stretch. You're like, buddy, this game's over. You're down 9 with a minute left. We don't need another foul here.
I think the all-time D-Gen move on that front, and we spoke about it a few weeks ago, I think it was in the Germany game, when you have the underdog and all you need to do is have them lose by 2 points because, you know, there's 5.5 point, 6 point underdog. And then they score the touchdown, and then they go for 2. If you needed them to get the 2-point conversion, it would be a 4% probability that they would actually convert it. When you don't need them, because now they might force overtime coming back down the field, then lose in overtime, 100% probability they get that 2-point conversion.
Happens all the time, man. And really, like, these are the spots that are the most. I watch some football with my wife every now and then. She's kind of interested. And
Can't watch with my girlfriend anymore.
But she sees me cheering for one team the entire game, like Washington last week. We need Washington, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then the final drive, I'm like, no, we don't want Washington. We don't want a field goal. Like, she's like, why?
Yeah.
Because it's going to go to overtime, and we're going to, as a sports bettor, I'm like conditioned to think of the worst possible scenario every time. Don't think about all the ways you can win. It's just like, how could I possibly lose this bet at this point?
Rob, I reached a point where I already have enough problems with the explanation and the, all that stuff. It's just a recipe of disaster. And like, I just like,
Yeah.
You watch the Housewives of Beverly Hills and I'll watch football. Like, you know what I mean? Like every time we watch golf together, it's like something bad happens. Like, well, honey, you're not bad luck. It's just, I didn't know Steven Yeager put it in the neighbor's pool. Like, you know what I mean? All you got to do is take a bogey. He takes a triple. I'm like, okay, we're good. Like, you know what I mean? It's not her fault. She's like, and then she feels bad. Oh, it's my fault. I go, you're not a jinx. It's sports betting. It fucking sucks.
Yeah.
I got to realize, Rob, the more I hate to do this, I have to watch for my job. When I turn off games, good things happen. I win more when I just don't even pay attention. But I can't do that because I want to watch the games.
I have an idea for you.
Okay.
You just moved to Europe.
I
when I used to have to go to Europe for work regularly, by 7:00 when the games are starting, it's midnight, right? In London. So you don't get to watch the game. You just wake up in the morning
and see the scores.
The scores, it's amazing. You feel like $1 million.
No, I'm kind of down with your
days
idea.
where you lose, you didn't sweat the whole time.
Well, the problem is, Rob, everything sounds great except for the euro. I have enough problems surviving in Canada. So other than that, your idea is fantastic.
Well, you rob a
I guess I get
you rob a couple banks and you're good.
Yeah, my buddy worked at Costco, Glasgow. I can guess I get a job at fucking Scottish Costco and see what I sell haggis.
Sounds great.
Yeah,
I don't know what the fuck I'm doing.
Two other games: Commanders and Vikings, Dolphins and Jets. I kind of like the Commanders plus 2.5.
Tough game.
Yeah,
that game is actually, you know what, Pat? Out of all the games, like we like to say, that game, like imagine our life. That's the old down in a basement, gun to the head, Russian roulette. I don't want any part of that fucking game. I literally think 50-50. Like anything could happen there. Rob feels the same.
I do.
So there's his forehead. His forehead says tough game.
Says, yeah.
Mine says,
I can't turn it into a credit card like you.
Yeah.
That's a real problem.
Declined.
That's a good sign, at least. When I squeeze, I don't see any
size of that fucking thing. Holy Jesus!
No wrinkles or nothing. Yeah.
No wrinkles. My forehead's like a fucking wrestling map.
No, it's not.
The guy's like, it's like Dusty Road. Just more razors, more tacks.
Yeah, you look.
My face is fucked. I look like I'm like 100 years old. Thank God, Rob. Isn't it amazing though how redheads like I'm keeping my hair? Yeah. It's red, but everything else in my face is beat down.
Yeah, it looks like you spent like 20 years in the ECW.
I do. Like Pat, do I not look like a wrestler? Like I'm fucking like, you know who my guy is? Beer drinking. Like I'm like Arn Anderson, double A. Like that's my guy. We're at the tavern. Next thing you know, I'm getting thrown through a fucking window.
Yep, they light you on fire, barbed wire to the head.
Hey, I still got red hair, but my fucking forehead's got fucking like a fucking meat cleaver in the middle. You know? Yeah. Joke.
Denver 7.5 will be my bronze selection. So I'll go Cleveland, Atlanta, Denver. Rob, you have Houston, New Orleans, and Baltimore. Cam, Green Bay, Indianapolis, and Philadelphia. We need to pick a teaser.
Okay. Sounds good. Okay. You guys want to start?
Denver -1.5.
Okay. Sounds nice. How about Ravens to a pick 'em, Rob? How's that sound? Ron Raven? Are we there?
Sure.
Done.
I'll take the Rams as my teaser.
Rams down to 2?
Yep.
Oh, Rams down to 1.5. Sorry, 1.5. Or 7.5. That's the biggest game on the board right now that has the biggest discrepancy book to book. It's 7.5 in some spots. It's 9 in some spots.
So a lot of those times it will actually be for teaser protection every now and then as well. But listen, the Cardinals might cover. The Rams are just really good, and you can't rely on Matt Stafford to throw like a pick six every week and a red zone pick every single week, which is basically the reason they lost to Carolina. And like, how many fourth downs is the team going to convert on a bomb against the Rams? Anyways, I'm still a little bit emotional from that one.
9-4 on the year of the teasers. Denver -1.5. Baltimore plus 0.5 points. And the Rams -1.5 on a 6-point teaser. That brings us to everyone's single favorite segment, despite the fact that they're the same sound effects every single week. I would push back on that, however. This is the fastest 60 seconds in sports betting. Go.
Ladies and gentlemen, put on your seatbelts, prepare to fly. Jets, 3 destinations. Falcon, 7.5 squawks. Dear Heavenly Father, my first found heroin, then cocaine, then it was the Tennessee Titans. The Saints are the worst addiction I have. Give me the New Orleans Saints, 8.5 confessionals. Commies, you dumb maggots, get down and give me 1.5 push-ups. Down, whatever. Down, boy. Colts, 1.5 hooves. Ravens, Ron Raven, 5.5, whatever the fuck I'm doing. I play Tarzan, you play Cheetah. Cheetah, biter, love to forge. Better yet to call you Curious George. In England, they pass me pounds. When I'm at home, they give me bills of Brown. Cleveland Brown. Down, boy, 3.5 parts. I got bills, looking for thrills. You give me bills. Buffalo, minus 5.5. This team is so bad. I don't know why I think they might cover this week, you fucking Geno Smith and Pete Carroll. Yar. Raiders, 7.5 yards. I love cheese. It's Christmas season. Come to Pizzola's quality crackers. Packers, 6.5 wheels. No, actually, lies. Cheap. Oh, you little cardinal, 8.5 little chirps. Yar. Oh, yeah, what do I do with that? What do I do? Yeah. Down. Reel them in, Texans. 3.5 lassos and 2.5 chirps with Eddie the Eagle. I'm done.
We have just been contacted by the estate of Maestro Fresh Wes. He is suing us for copyright infringement.
Yep. Pat's gonna not be able to monetize this video now because
slide, y'all. Don't give a damn. Let your backbone quiver. Man, oh man. This is a throwdown, a showdown. Hell no, I can't slow down.
I listened to it on the way here today, so it's fresh in my
mind.
Yeah,
it's Maestro Fresh Wes in my mind.
Are you serious, Pat?
Yeah,
I just thought about Browns. I'm like, when I'm in England, they pass me. When I'm at home, they give me bills of Brown.
Yeah.
That was a new one, Rob. See, so there was something new this week.
I mean, need to reconsider the Ravens after the birds. The bird call sounded dead today.
They
sound like a bunch of dead birds.
Oh no, I told you, the 60 seconds is fucking killing me. I need a soundboard. Rob, I need you to pull like a Kim Mitchell, like remember like where you used to whip with the guitar in Q107 and shit. And for like, I need riffs. I need you to help me with my 60 seconds.
You know what? For the final show of the year, you should do that. You should play Cam into it, Rob.
Please do, Rob. You did it for a couple songs that I know. You put your remember you played like "Feel the Pain" by Dinosaur Jr. Like, just whip out your guitar and fucking do it, man.
Yeah, whip it out, Rob.
You know to play.
Do it.
Okay. I at some point.
And I need to. If you can make your guitar sound like a bird, fuck, that would really help.
I can maybe do some bird calls on the guitar. Sure.
Cam, I've heard that Rob only whips it out on the Circle Jerk show. So
yeah, that's correct, Pat.
With Jeff Feinberg on Mondays.
With that double Jeff Feinberg.
Jeff walked around the office and he's like, dude. Rob, he's like, it is ridiculous. You don't have a mirror in here. He's like, I need you to order a mirror. Like, there's a washroom down the hall. You could just go. He's like, there should be a mirror in here. He's like, I shouldn't have to go in and like check my hair on my phone. I'm like, check your hair. I'm like, what are we doing here, Jeff? Like, I have no hair. I wish I could check, so I ordered a mirror for Jeff that's got to come in next week. But yeah, I never seen Jeff really like agitated about anything before.
Oh, dude, but see our Twitter with fucking candle wicks. Like wicks went wild on Thanksgiving. People were losing. I was showing them at the bar. They're like, what the fuck is up with this wick shit? I go, our buddy used to run a candle factory. Fuck, man. It was like, Pat, we were lighting the wick hard.
He scored 2 touchdowns.
Oh, Wicks was like, he was the best guy.
I used up every good call I had on Thanksgiving in that game. I think that everyone that I bet to score a touchdown scored a touchdown, then got everything wrong the rest of the day.
Even Tesla had over yards.
Dobbs ended up getting a
touchdown. Yeah. I took Amon-Ra St. Brown under, and he gets hurt on like the second play of the game.
Yeah, that game was special. Except for I had the Lions. Other than that, we won every fucking bet. God, that team pisses me off. Are we good?
They're in a loser leaves town match on Thursday night against your Cowboys, Rob.
Yeah.
Oh, right. What do you think about this? I know. Can we talk about this game?
Yeah, sure. I like the Cowboys.
So do I.
I like the Detroit Lions, but I'm a fucking moron. I keep on coming back to this team. You're right. Loser leaves town. And you know what, Rob? Are you worried though? Like, I think a lot of people love the Cowboys. Is this a spot for Detroit, or is just Detroit so broken that you take the points?
I think that Detroit, it's similar to Pittsburgh, but not the same extent, where we remember them being a different team than they actually are. But their O-line isn't very good. Even if St. Brown does suit up, which I don't think he will, I don't think he can be effective. That's, the Dallas D has gotten so much better. They can push the ball downfield on these corners. They can run the ball. I don't know. I like Dallas quite a bit in this game.
Is Penny Sewell playing?
We don't know. I would imagine that both tackles play. Yes.
Okay. I just think that they're similarly constructed teams at this point in time, but Dallas has the better offense, especially vertical offense, and their front seven's better now.
And we talk about, like, basically Dallas, instead of the trade deadline, just got all their hurt players back over. Sean Hooker, this, and Quinn and Williams. Like, it's just like they made moves, but we talk about this, me and Morency, you're talking about, it's like a whole new defense. They're just a different team now. But
instead of having the worst defense in the league, they're like something like 20th. But if you have a top 5 offense, you could easily survive with the 20. You just can't survive with the worst defense.
Yep. And like the defense is better at shutting down the run, which should be somewhat helpful against the Lions, because like they're not as vertical as an offense. They run a lot of crossing routes, get guys into space, and then they beat you with their speed. I actually think that's a pretty good matchup for the Dallas defense, and Dallas all of a sudden can generate pressure on the quarterback, which they didn't do for 10 weeks.
Jadeveon Clowney, Dante Fowler, James Houston, like these are not, they have good rotational edge rushers. They're not too reliant on one player who just gets tired. I'm speaking like a little too high on the defense. They're still not great, but it's different when you're at full health. I mean, when you're so depleted for the majority of the year, plus they make the Quinn and Williams trade, it matters.
Great trade.
Yeah.
That'll do it.
Great trade.
On the Pat Mayo Experience. I heard that, if Trey Lance starts for the Chargers on Monday night, Rob, that Jeff is going to come in live and do a watch along?
He said that he would come in if it's Trey Lance, because at that point, he already considers the game like lost at that point. But if it's Herbert, it's completely different. He won't be around for that one. And so I'm rooting for Trey Lance now to start.
Me too. And my Philadelphia.
Well, wait a second, Cam. Sorry, let's back it up here.
Okay.
Trey Lance, where is he in the rotation of quarterbacks for the Chargers?
Oh, we haven't seen him play, have we?
Yeah, I know, but he on the depth chart, is he number 1 or is he number 2?
Are you fucking kidding me? Like, is this some kind of joke or?
Well, he's number 2, right?
Yeah.
For years, you've been talking about these backup quarterbacks.
Oh,
here's your shot.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Trey Lance is better than Justin Herbert. Okay.
Well, I mean, I heard you say
versus old Rodgers and fucking this guy and this guy. Like,
Okay, I'm just saying.
Like, it's not fair for the fucking Minnesota's third string quarterback. The guy's fucking like getting murdered out there. Like, no, there's certain situations, right?
Okay. All right. You pick and choose.
I do. I'm a bastard. I do. There we go. I'm done.
You guys have a great week. Thank you all for tuning in. I'm going to be in Kansas City this weekend if anyone's around. There's the Dog Bowl.
What?
Yeah.
Can you repeat that?
I'm going to be in Kansas City this weekend.
Why are you going to Kansas City?
It is the finals of the Dog Bowl for Underdog. I'm going to give away like $1 million or something.
It's a fucking amazing. I want to go get out of this house.
Yeah.
I want to go somewhere.
No, the dog bowl. Bring back some dog treats for Cam.
You know how I like it. How I like my dry dog food. No wet, no Alpo, but I'll do milk bones. Fuck, Rob, the only place I go is Buffalo. I've gone to fucking more Sabres games than Leaf games. I'm like a regular Sabre fan now. I've gone to a few games this year.
Are you going to Kansas City, Kansas, or Kansas City, Missouri?
I believe I'm going to Kansas City, Missouri.
The show.
I don't know if that's better or worse.
I don't know. I'm staying by Kaufman, like the Kaufman Plaza. So
I think it's better, actually. Kansas City, Missouri's better.
Although on the Monday show, I like Connor and Ryan are both Midwest guys, and they said Kansas City, thumbs up, good place to go.
Good barbecue.
Oh man!
So I've heard. I'm doing that on Saturday before like the introduction.
The food there is fucking killer. You just go knock it out of the park.
I mean, I suppose
anything barbecued there is just.
I could go to the Chiefs game on Sunday Night Football, couldn't I? I assume that's close.
Although you know what, like
I don't want to. It's too cold.
It's gonna be fucking cold.
Yeah.
Like I hate to sound like a pussy, but it's like I've been to games in November, December before in the NFL. It's not a great experience, man.
I've gone to so many fucking Grey Cups and froze my ass off, and I was like, it gets yeah, it's just one of those things. You get older, you know, you better, if you're going to go, you better bring some booze. Like, you know,
I watched Toronto FC win an MLS Cup in December, and I wish I wasn't even at the game. I was so fucking cold. I was so drunk, trying to drink as much as I could to keep my body temperature up, but my feet were free. I was wearing 3 pairs of socks. Cold games, I just don't. Not for me.
But this is on brand for us, the Beta Boys podcast, talking football.
I don't give a shit. I don't want.
Next year, I want to go on that trip to Kansas City. I don't
know if it's going to be in Kansas City.
Yeah. Okay, cool. Anyway, somewhere other than here.
With Cam's luck, it'll be Buffalo.
Yeah, go to Buffalo.
Well,
I love it there.
I did get pegged to host the DraftKings hockey World Championships one year, and it was in Toronto.
Yeah, that's great.
I was like, oh, super.
Thanks.
Good stuff.
I walked down. It was like 4 minutes from my house.
Yeah. Yeah.
Sometimes it's okay to do things in your hometown and not have to travel. Traveling kind of
true.
sucks.
Well, traveling this time of year especially, because there's no direct flight from Toronto to Kansas City, so I have to connect in Chicago on the way down. So I got to go Halifax, Toronto, Chicago, Kansas City. Like one little slip up and my entire trip is ruined.
Yeah, that's true.
One snowfall and who knows, Pat.
Yep.
Yeah.
You know,
that's the one thing about being out east, Pat. You know, you don't get those. You can't go direct. You gotta hop around.
It's easier for me to get to Europe most of the time. Like New York, Boston, Philly, not a problem. Toronto, not a problem. Montreal, not a problem. Anywhere outside of those 5 places, I'm better off flying to Frankfurt or London direct.
Yeah, makes sense.
Plus concerts too, it's tough. Like you can't see OMC in Halifax, but
apparently their lead singer is dead.
That's not cool. You could see the maestro though. He likes to travel.
Yeah, Maestro Fresh West is playing probably every
he'll
single
do
weekend.
Halifax fucking all day. I love that guy.
He's got a residency at the Marquee.
Great guy.
Steelers Wheel is here in a couple weeks.
Steelers Wheel is here in a couple weeks?
No, but
really?
Oh, yeah, stuck in the middle with
Imagine
Pat.
You're the guy stuck in the middle on the streams all the time.
Yeah, it's true.
It is.
Put you in the middle.
Yeah, the lead singer of OMC died 20 years ago.
Really?
Wow.
Well, I guess that's why I never heard about it. Because at that time I wasn't really paying attention to anything.
Rob, remember I told you I had that Ghetto Bailey's? I found out that the 40 Creek one has less sugar for diabetics. It's really good.
Win-win. Cheaper and no sugar.
Cam,
It's actually
I got to
the same price. It's about $2 cheaper than Bailey's.
This reminds me of like my grandfather telling me how like 2 glasses of wine a day were good for him. It's like, it's grapes, you know, you get your fruit. I'm like, it's still booze, man. Like you might as well just drink what you want to drink at this point. You know, drink the stuff that
the way
tastes
I'm going with hepatitis, like I'm going to need more fucking Twin Ricks shots. I'll be sponsored by Twin Ricks. That's what happens if you drink because your liver. No, it's not because I'm fucking animals. It's because no. It sounds.
Is that how you get hepatitis from fucking animals?
Trust me. You know I'm talking about. No. Anyway, let's have a damn show. I'm not explaining.
I'm very confused on what you're getting from.
No, you get the Twin Rick shot because it's a liver thing. When you drink or whatever, it's not to do.
What did that have to do with fucking animals? Is where I'm getting at here.
Well, that's what you kind of thought it was.
I didn't think you were fucking animals. No,
I don't. Please don't put this on the air. Anyway, I'm done. I gotta go. I got another show to tape. I don't even.
All right, that's Cam Stewart. You can follow up with Cam on his thoughts on animals at Cam Stewart Live on X. Check him out on Sports Grid. Rob at Rob Pizzola in the Forward Progress YouTube channel. Smash the like, sub to the channel, turn on those notifications while you're here, and I will see you next time.
Pat Mayo Experience! Experience!